Hello and welcome back to day number 5 of Carnivore Athlete. In this series, I'm trying to get to the 800-meter state final, which is like an endurance type event, and I'm only eating meat and eggs and a little bit of butter, just to prove that you don't need carbs to be a great athlete. It's more about the work and the dedication. But yeah, we're on day 5 now. It's pretty good. I woke up today at 6:30 instead of 6 like I normally do, because again, I went to bed late, which is something I need to crack down on and frickin' fix. But yeah, I actually feel really good today. And, I still have a little bit of soreness from the past few days of like workouts and whatnot. My feet still feel a little bit weird, my Achilles and my glutes and hamstrings and whatnot. Still a little sore, but I'm ready to roll today. Today, we're lifting, and then I got club track later today. So, full day of training. We're going to get after it. And today, bringing my tripod into the gym, and I don't normally record in this gym, but we got to thug it out and just deal with it, because I want to not only see my form, but also just like I just want to record it and share it. So yeah, because I'm tired of being a freaking coward about this, bro. But yeah, I'm actually gonna record the workout today, so look forward to that. I didn't eat much before I came here. I ate like a bite of a burger just to see if it tasted good when it was cold, because I have a lifeguard shift today. I have to work. And so after the lift, I have to do that. And whilst I'm doing that on my breaks, I brought a lunchbox. It's also in this bag, if you can see that. It's also in that bag. And it basically just has like a pound of burger patties in there. So yeah, I'm gonna eat like a king whilst I'm on my breaks. So yeah, that's the first meal anyways. And yeah, I'm ready to start lifting, so let's get after it.
She wants that stuff.
Yeah, don't do that.
But you're a nurse. You should know better.
Hi, buddy.
All right, post-workout. Heck yeah. big. Boom. Day 5 physique, day 5 physique. Let's see. Let's see if you get this. Hopefully that wasn't too bad. Yeah. Getting swole. Burger time. Told you I had a pound of burgers. But yeah. I'm gonna eat this and then just do the rest of my shifts and we'll go forward from there. This is a really good workout today, so yeah. All right, so we just got off of work. I think I'm gonna go home now and just eat some food before club track comes around. I got a long while actually, because I don't have anything in between now and then. And yeah, so we're like on schedule today, which is very nice. But yeah, when I was working, I was just kind of thinking about the dream I had last night. And it was kind of weird because I think it was relating to a part of a podcast that I was listening to last night. But basically, like the podcast that I was listening to, they were talking about how important, like how for most people it's kind of important to find, like, at some point find like a life partner. And the dream I had, it was about like getting a girlfriend or whatever. I don't remember the exact details. But then I remember I woke up and I was just like, damn. But yeah, I don't know. It's just something interesting. Cause like, I'm not really like focused on getting like a girlfriend or whatever right now. But it's just something that kind of crosses my mind every once in a while. And it's like, dang, it'd be kind of nice. You know, just to have someone like support you and be like, yeah, go. You're so awesome. Yeah, go. But I mean, like, I already got enough like arrogance to do that for myself, so I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. It's just something that I think about every once in a while. It's not like high on my priority list, but yeah. All right, so we just got done with track training. It was more of like a weight training day today. Yeah, it wasn't anything super crazy. So yeah, I'm thinking. I mean, it was a pretty good training session. I think it could have been a little bit more. It was more like plyometric based, so I'm thinking I'll actually kind of cut those out of my weight training entirely and just focus on doing well in them for the actual club track itself. And then I'll just focus on doing like cardio stuff outside of like the club track and whatnot. But yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad workout today. We did some like sled stuff, and that was really, really challenging. Like, we had to push this sled, like this weighted sled, X amount of meters, and then pull it back, and that was like absolutely burning on my quads. And then we jumped over some hurdles and whatnot. It was a challenging workout, to say the least. But yeah, if you didn't see already, or if I didn't put it up or whatever, I came home after my shift. I basically just sat around. I ate like 13 eggs. I had a ton of eggs, bro. It was so good. And then I decided I was a little bit hungry afterwards, so I had a little bit more bacon, like some bacon afterwards. And then I sat and I watched Ancient Apocalypse for a little bit. And then I watched this YouTube video on the Second Punic War by, I think it's like Oversimplified or whatever. It's like an entertaining history YouTube channel. And I was just kind of killing time, to be honest. So at least I wasn't watching like complete like brain dead content. You know, I was learning about like, you know, history and potential ancient civilizations and whatnot. So, you know, it wasn't a complete waste of time. But yeah, pretty good day today. I'll wrap it up when I get home. All right, so here we are at the end of the day. It was a pretty good day today. I'll be honest, during that track training session, my stomach kind of hurt a little bit. I think I ate a bit too much before going into it. But, you know, it is what it is. Lesson learned, I guess. It's just, I think if I'm going to eat prior to that, I'm gonna have to make sure that it's a much lighter meal, because like, I had the burgers already, right? And then I also had like 13 eggs and some bacon on top of it. So maybe I should have held it to just like 8 eggs or something, and just, held the rest and the bacon for later when I got home. But yeah, lesson learned whenever it comes to that. But yeah. Oh, I mean, my stomach still kind of hurts a little bit, weirdly enough. But it's not like, oh, I'm gonna die kind of thing. It's just like, hey, what were you? What is wrong with you? Like, why did you run after you ate a bunch? Like, it's kind of my body telling me, like, bro, but you're stupid. But yeah, just gonna recap today. Today I woke up at a decent time, had a pretty good workout, did some work, ate good food, did a second workout, which was pretty cool, and then I'm here. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, and in between those two workouts, whenever I was eating, I learned a little bit about ancient civilizations and ancient wars, I guess, which is pretty cool. But I don't know. And also, whenever I was on one of my breaks, whenever I was like eating the burgers and whatnot, I played this video on like regenerative agriculture, and I thought it was so interesting how it's just like the differences between um, like old or conventionally like farmed soil and then like regeneratively raised soil is like, it looks so different. Like the conventionally, like the industrial stuff looks so like dead and dry and like deserty almost, and the other stuff is just like dark and rich, and it looks like it would grow like good plants and whatnot. So I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. And the guy, he looked like a rancher, bro. He's like one of the he was like your typical rancher guy, bro. He looked wholesome, to be honest. But yeah, I just thought it was really interesting. And I think one of the stats was like there's more microorganisms in, I forgot, it was like a cup or like a teaspoon or whatever. It was like a very small amount of soil. There's more microorganisms in there, in like healthy soil, than there is people on Earth, which I think is nuts. So I think it just goes to show how important that is, for that to be there, and not to like kill everything with a ton of random weird chemicals and whatnot. But yeah, and I was trying to find some more like sources on it, and try and find like, oh yeah, this is how I converted my farm from industrial to regenerative, because kind of going back to that idea is just that I talked about a couple episodes ago, is just like finding a way, like finding the common process, and then like making that a service or whatever. I don't know. That's just kind of my idea. And I think it'd just be interesting to figure out the conversion method, And I get it. It's like adding cows and whatnot, but I don't know. I just like a blueprint. Maybe I should just create the blueprint, and that's the play. Who knows? Maybe I have to just be a pathfinder for that. Tonight, my goal is to actually get to bed on time. Like I've been saying that for the past like 3 episodes, but I need to lock in tonight, dude. I'm going to go to bed at 9 o'clock, and if I don't tomorrow, I'm gonna punish myself in some way. Like I'm gonna run like 10 miles, something ridiculous, bro. Because I need to go to bed on time and just freaking like lock in and get the habit restarted, and stop creating this habit of going to bed at like 10 or 10:30 and whatnot. Because I mean, it's not bad. It's not like I'm going to bed at like 1 a.m. or whatever, but it's just annoying because it makes me slightly more groggy than I need to be, and I'm not getting the full amount of sleep. And something about sleep that I thought was interesting was, and this happened recently with daylight savings times and whatnot, is something I learned with that is during daylight, I think it's savings time, people actually get way healthier because they gain an hour of sleep. And the reverse happens for the opposite. Or yeah, daylight savings time ends. I think that's what it is. But basically, whenever daylight savings times goes into effect and we lose an hour of sleep, I forgot what the specific stat was, but heart attacks go way up, the like depression goes way up, like all these negative things go like sky high, and then whenever daylight saving times ends, all that stuff gets reversed. And I just think that's nuts, and it just shows how important sleep is, and how I need to lock in on sleep. And so I hope by spouting out this this knowledge on sleep, I can I'll kind of keep myself more accountable whenever it comes to that. So yeah, I just thought it was interesting. I need to something also I need to do is just read more books. I think because I've been kind of slacking on it. I've been like paging through like a couple pages and whatnot, but I think there's some like genuine value in like in just like reading a book, because a podcast you can speed run and like listen to it at like 2x speed or 2.5x speed. You can get an audiobook and do the same. And I think there's a time and a place for consuming information that like you want to learn at like a expedited rate. But I think like getting like a physical book that you can just kind of read through is just so much better. And it also forces you to you can also do like the physical like note underlining and whatnot, but it kind of forces you to take in the message at the rate that you can process it, honestly. Because like after a while of listening to podcasts at 2x speed, like it's you can process it, but are you really getting all the real information? Because some person from the podcast could be speaking really really fast, and they could go over an insight that actually might really really help you, that you just kind of glanced over because you're already you're processing what they said like 3 seconds ago. So yeah, and that's why I've been slowing down the amount of podcasts that I've been listening to, at least the speed. And I've been listening to them at like 1.5 instead of like 2x now, because there have been some podcasts where the speed gets just too fast and I don't really comprehend what the person is saying, and I end up becoming like mindless and doing some random task whenever that the person's talking to my ear, and I'm just like focused on something else. And so I'm not really gaining anything out of the podcast. I'm not even paying attention to it. They're just blabbing into my mouth, into my ears. And maybe that's doing something on like a subconscious level, but I'm not gaining any realizations doing that. And then I get to the end of the podcast and I'm like, oh, okay, well, that wasn't a great podcast, so I'm not going to save it. So I think now I'm actually going to even slow them down further, even though it's kind of painful to wait and listen for those breaks. I think it's so important to kind of train your attention, just be okay with the silence. You don't have to, be blabbed into the entire, like, constantly. You can take a minute to just rest. Like, you don't have to do everything at 2x speed. Because in reality, it's cool because, if you can process stuff at 2x speed, then everything else seems slower and you're like, okay, this is easy. And like I said, there's probably a time and a place for the 2x speed whenever you're really like dialed in and focused. But I think there's other times when you need to slow it down just so you can really take things in. And all this to say that books are a good way of going about that, is because it you have to read it and you have to slow down and be like, okay, what does this actually mean, right? Like, especially if you're reading like something like philosophy or whatnot, and you can kind of interpret it in different ways. Like, here, let me grab here 1 second. This book, Meditations. This is one of my favorite books, dude. Like, there's so many pieces in this that I've taken a lot from, and like it's good whenever a book is kind of concise and you just have to sit and think about what the author said, or what they wrote. And I think especially with Meditations, it's just something. There's just something about it where You just have to sit in and think about it for a little bit. Here, I'm gonna try and find something that. Yeah, but here's one. Yeah, not to be driven this way and that, but always to behave with justice and see things as they are. Like, you just have to, like, whenever you read a quote like that, bro, you just kind of have to, like, huh. You just, like, have to pause and just think about it. Behave with justice and see things as they are. And you just kind of think, how can I apply that to my own life? And it's just kind of this, like, this slow thinking. I think there's a book, I haven't read it, but I think there's a book called Thinking Fast and Slow. And maybe I'm kind of like paralleling what he's talking about in that book, or he or she. I don't know who. But I think there's value in kind of like slowing down and actually like really processing stuff. But yeah, I don't know. There's just a little bit of a rant yap that I had to talk about. But yeah, reading more is definitely big on my agenda. Learning more skills, I think, is a big deal. And just kind of like being more intentional with what I want to do, like skill-wise. You know, like I kind of write down in my daily plans, like, oh, you know, learn, do this. But I'm thinking I should write down, like, okay, learn about this. What am I interested in right now? Okay, learn about this. Do it for like 20 minutes. And I think just being a little bit more intentional with that will help me actually gain more knowledge about what I actually want to learn about and that kind of thing. So yeah. Yeah, those are just a couple of my thoughts for the day. But yeah, anyways, I'm going to get ready for bed. I'm going to go to bed at 9 p.m. tonight. If I don't, I will tell you tomorrow morning. But I will go to bed at 9 p.m. It's going to happen. I swear it's going to happen, bro. I'm locked in on this now. But yeah, overall it's a pretty good day. Today's workout, really good. I got a great pump. I got a great pump yet today. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with the workout today. And I'm ready for the workout tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'm going to see if I can get to school beforehand. So I'll probably wake up at like 6 a.m. Get to the high school because I have this check-in thing for the dual enrollment stuff that I do at my high school. So I'll go there. I'll try and get there before school starts so I can do some running around the track. I'll do the school stuff, and then I have the rest of the day to do whatever. I don't really have a workout, like any other workouts planned. It's going to be like beforehand. If I don't get it in beforehand, I'll probably just wait until the afternoon to get it done. But I will get a workout in tomorrow, no matter what. And tomorrow, I'm going to try and dedicate a lot of time to skill acquisition, whatever that may be. And I'll have to think about that a little bit more on like what skill or what do I want to learn about specifically. But it's going to be just kind of like a day of research and rest and whatnot. And we're going to get back at it again. And we're going to eat the carnivore diet, bro. I'm so happy. I'm going to eat like eggs and more eggs and maybe some beef tomorrow. So it's going to be a great time. We're going to have a great time. But it all starts with going to bed on time. So I'm going to do that. And I'll see you tomorrow, bro. I hope this video was somewhat helpful. Maybe, hopefully, potentially. If you thought it was, then you should go subscribe. You really should, because we're rising up, bro. We're rising up. Whatever. Do all the YouTube stuff, bro. Go do it now. Anyways, I'll see you tomorrow, bro. Be better and have a W day. Let's get it.